That's in order.
Thank you, Mr. Beaver. Storm sewer fund, Mr. Beaver, Mr. Lucetti.
In order.
Sanitary sewer fund, Mr. Beaver.
In order.
Local fiscal recovery fund, Mrs. Pugh.
In order.
Liquid fuels fund, Mrs. Pugh.
In order.
2022 construction fund, Mrs. Pugh.
In order.
Thank you. I would ask for a motion to approve bills in the bill list dated May 15th, 2024, from the general fund totaling $234,459.19. From the storm sewer fund totaling $4,212.98. From the sanitary sewer fund totaling $204,458.26. From the local fiscal recovery fund totaling $16,305.00. From the liquid fuels fund totaling from the capital projects fund totaling $56,655.02. From the capital projects fund, $56,222 construction. And then from the capital projects fund, that total is $2,748.02.
So moved. Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
Ask for a motion to ratify checks and transfers from the general fund totaling $34,175.05, and from the payroll fund totaling $48,514.02, for grand total ratification in the amount of
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
The chief has given me a lot to talk about. The first is the animal control report for April 2024. The police received 36 complaints for the month. 19 complaints were reported to South Coast Animal Control, which represents a 4.5% usage, which actually is a little low. We only had 2 deer removal, but I will say I've gotten a call from a resident of Steeplechase who's just beside herself with a number of deer in the yard. I have to talk with her and see if there's anything that we can do. But she is really, trying to get things figured out as to how she can encourage the deer to go over. Judy, your yard. But
We have 79 in the yard,
all right, 2 notes here. We continue to experience a high number of calls related to raccoons, and residents are reminded that tracking services are available through South Hills Cooperative Animal Control. On May 3rd, Whitehall Police and Animal Control responded to the 1600 block of Parkline Drive for a dog bite that resulted in moderate injuries to the victim. Animal Control filed 6 summary violations against the dog owner, and the state dog warden will be moving forward with other violations. Chief met with Hillside Meadows Property Management to review the lease agreements or ordinances related to animal safety. Training activities, Sergeant Bud and Sergeant Hinkle attended a 5-day leadership program presented by the FBI Law Enforcement Executive Development Association. Chief Gregoric, Sergeant Bud, and Sergeant Hinkle attended a 1-day police risk management seminar hosted by the Western Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Association. Deputy Chief Gable, Sergeant Bowman, and Sergeant Mayburn attended the 1-day risk management and critical incident response seminar hosted by the Western Pennsylvania FBI National Academy Associates. Juvenile Officer Smith had a special ride-along from a Harrison Middle School student. Officer Robbie befriended a 6th grade student who was struggling at the beginning of the school year. The student was promised a tour of the police if he could maintain his grades throughout the school year. The officer and student kept their promises, and the student received tours of the police station, fire station, magistrate office, and had lunch with Officer Robbie at Chipotle. How about that? All right, I see a number of firemen, easy Marcus, Skip Brown, Bill Hoagland. Is there a fire company report?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I do have one.
All right, you'd like to hear it?
Our fire call total for this year, since December 1st, is up to 298. Since last month, we had 44 calls since last council meeting. Since December 1st, the shift crew has responded to 88 daylight calls. That's between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Our residents are very happy with our fast response times on those during those hours. Our current membership is up to 35 active firefighters. In addition to responding to our regular calls, members of our shift crew assisted Public Works in restoring and cleaning the Veterans Honor Roll. They supplied the water for it, so they didn't do any actual cleaning. They provided them 500 gallons of water.
Thank you for that too, Skip.
Yep. And earlier this week, we were also happy to provide Public Works with assistance in cleaning and readying the pool for its upcoming opening. So that's was done. Gas leaks and odor of natural gas seem to be our top calls. It's been going on for months. On Sunday evening, we've had several calls reported of a gas odor on Prospect Road and Radford Road areas. That after one of our members spoke with a gas company worker, they believe the cause of the odor could be atmospheric conversion that traps emissions from the Clairton Coke Works, Urban Works, and Edgar Thompson Works. However, if residents still smell something, please don't hesitate to call us for it. Pleasant Hills and Jefferson have had similar incidents where the air pollution gets trapped, and it was really strong. Sunday night I went out my back porch and I thought I walked into a gas leak. It was. We've secured Games of Chance license with Allegheny County. We'll have a page up shortly that will offer what's called tip boards or raffle off items to supplement our income as our operating costs continue to increase. The site will be used to raffle off popular items such as iPads or gaming systems. We will not raffle off high-ticket items such as vehicles. The site is secure and there will be no cash involved in the transactions. Our next monthly meeting will be Monday next week on the 17th, and we invite the mayor and council to attend. We really enjoyed having you join our meetings. We appreciate it. That's all, sir.
Thank you. Okay, this is block party season, so I have a block party request to approve for Plymouth Road. For June, I approved a block party request for Old Boston in July. And the people on Jill and Dolores really like the party. They made 2 block party requests, one for July and one for October. And although I have an issue for you, I will. The Whitehall Committee for Environmental Action met last night, and we had a really good meeting. We've added 2 more members as a result of the Borough Bulletin, asking residents to get involved. We're talking about a whole lot of recycling projects, different, in addition to the ones that we're already doing. The Eclipse glasses project went really well. So look, stay tuned for other things that we'll be able to recycle. And of course, we did talk about recycling cans, so I don't want to reveal anything yet until we get this done. But we will take up Mrs. Depew's challenge of how to get that done with the minimum amount of borough resources. So finally, Courtney, I'd like to ask that on my report for the next meeting in June, that you put consideration of resolution, or whatever the next number is, honoring Mary Ann Book on her 90th birthday. We did this for her husband Ray, and we have to do it for her. And so we did it by resolution for 90th birthday. I'll issue a proclamation for 100th birthday, but so just respect that, have that come up. And that's all I have.
Skip, I think your date is the 20th, am I right? You should, I think the 17th is this Friday.
That's I'm sorry, my date's off.
All right, I'll be there.
I'm going to South Carolina on Friday, so I might, so I won't be at the meeting.
All right, I'll be there.
Thank you. Any questions for the mayor? Move on to our solicitor's report, Mr. Kermit.
Thank you, Mr. Matty, my Oh, I'm sorry, I do.
Not a report, but
I'll have
you
a
wanna-
copy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, they did up when I go on my report, actually. At the last meeting, we reduced the ordinance for the personnel policy to put on display. So I asked for a motion to read the ordinance in summary for
Motion?
Second.
Lacy made the motion.
Yes, sorry, yes.
Motion is made second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
It's an ordinance. Thank you. It's an ordinance of the Borough of Whitehall, Allegheny County, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, amending the Whitehall Borough Personnel Policy Manual was most recently amended on August 19, 2020, published in December 11, 38. Add section 12, board practice and conduct rules, subsection J, employee communications, to clarify that employees are only required to take direction from the direct supervisor or a manager unless otherwise authorized by the board of option.
I'll make that motion. Motion made second, roll call please.
Ms. Wood?
Yes?
Mrs. Yu?
Yes.
Mrs. Becker? No. Mr. Lucetti?
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas? Yes. Mr. Zebrowski?
Is this the whole ordinance where we're not allowed to talk to anybody or whatever?
It's,
Is this the ridiculous
Yeah,
one that
we-
was brought up like a couple months ago?
that we talked about, yeah, that it is important to the administration to talk to the supervisor.
Yeah, no, no.
That's enough?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, motion carries 5-2. Okay, that's all we have. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, that
Kermit.
is all.
Engineers report. Mr. Costa.
Excuse me, Mr. Solicitor, was there an executive session before this?
Yeah, I
Yes, it was-
announced that. It
yes,
is
it
about
was.
potential litigation.
Okay, I would like to review the rules about calling an executive session because I was not informed of this executive session until approximately 4 p.m. today by email.
There was a notice, there was an email that went out about it.
I never received any previous email or any correspondence regarding an executive session that would be scheduled.
Have you been reviewing the new email?
The new
It's-
email?
It's coming.
Yes,
It's
yes,
coming
I
in
have
after the new
been.
email.
I have been, and the interesting thing is that I received the meeting packet for this very meeting over my personal email, yet I assure you that my borough email is functional.
I had it on my calendar, and I wasn't sure, it happened so long ago that I wasn't sure whether I had it for last week, or, so I had to call and then put it. So whatever you got tonight was just a reminder, it came out.
Yes, I did fill out.
In any case, I do have something that couldn't have possibly been a matter of, that was known a month ago. That a citizen had explained to me that she is actively retaining a counsel to discuss litigation. So I'm going to call an executive session upon that business.
Should make that an executive session after the meeting to
Yes.
discuss potential litigation.
Yes. And I would also like to ask Mr. Solicitor if matters of real estate are also something that would be of executive session, because I do believe that is the case.
Under certain circumstances.
Okay,
So executive session, you can bring that up and see if it fits in the
Well,
discussion.
well then-
Because we're gonna have an executive session anyway.
Yeah, yes,
So-
but my concern is that we will need to make things public under the
Oh,
sunshine
certainly,
law.
we know that. We've been
Okay,
doing this a long time.
so the matter is that there was something that I believe to be survey activity around the borough
what's the question? I mean, we have to move on if you wish to talk about it.
Okay, I'll talk about it. So today I witnessed a couple of individuals who were appearing to do a camera survey for, I suppose, real estate purposes around the border of Snyder Park. And I would like to ask the borough manager if she knows anything about this.
Not borough.
That was not borough activity. Okay, I just wanted to know if it was summoned by the borough, that's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
We still need the executive session. or
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we sure do, thank you.
Executive session. Okay, next, Mr. Russ Meisel, engineer's report, please.
Thank you, Madam President. The report is dated May 10th, 2024. We do have several, warning now, we have several pay applications tonight for work that is occurring in the borough. Under Section 4, Overlook Park on page 2, work has continued to occur over at the park. As I mentioned previously, the building is up. Sidewalks and curbs are going in. The stormwater tank has been completed. And Hamilton Electric has been on and completed the electrical rough-in. First American has been on site. They are the plumbers. They installed the restroom fixtures as well as the water heater. And Controlled Climate has installed ductwork and the wall loopers. Doing so with all the activity, all 4 contractors submitted pay applications this month. We'll begin with the Caliber contract. They submitted their 5th pay application. The pay application has been reviewed and is in order. We do recommend payment. Work completed under pay application number 5 includes demolition, sidewalk installation, bulk excavation, storm sewer installation, stormwater tank construction, rough carpentry, supervision, and general project requirements. The recommended motion is to approve pay application number 5 in the amount of $260,990.30 for the Overlook Park Improvements Contract 1 General Construction to Caliber Contracting Services Incorporated.
So moved. Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously.
I have a quick question about the Overlook Park project. Or I guess it can wait till the end, but are we gonna do a walkthrough at some point? Check up on the construction progress? Or is there a construction manager that I can get in contact with? Just to do a quick walkthrough, I'd like to, I'm curious to.
When it's completed,
With it?
when do you propose that?
It doesn't, I mean, you can just email me if there's a, or, it doesn't matter to me, it's just out of simple curiosity, I'd like to do a walkthrough to see everything, I'm curious. I think a lot of people. It's a cool project.
Well, council, I think it'd be a good idea to set a date and, all of council, you can make that date. Choose that date, be interested to see what's going on.
Wait, would you like to see the bones of the projects, or is something
Yeah,
you want to
that's
see in the next week or two?
What phase of it do you want to
It's
see
going
at
to be
the end?
probably July before it's finished, maybe the second week of July. So as the construction progresses, as the curb and sidewalk, right now the driveway is a little bit hampered. The plumber will have that under construction with the water and sanitary sewer. We'll shoot out some dates, and it is what it is. How's that? Because the curb around the playground area is being installed. The steps from Overlook, the cheap walls are installed. They have to pour the steps. So there's a lot of work to do there. I'm kind of interested.
I'd like to see
I don't
the
know
steps.
why.
I'd love to see.
The playground, the rubber surfacing.
Okay.
I always like that for some reason, but I don't. I'll check schedule and see when that goes.
Send it to all of council.
And if we can just,
You would send
if you would
it-
so desire to do
You would
it
send
before
it,
the meeting.
you would send it to Ms. Words.
She would handle it, that's correct. Would it make sense to do it prior to the meeting?
Let's see how the schedule works out based on weather and progression and,
Okay,
Whenever you think.
sure,
yeah,
sure.
there's always another meeting, right? Same time, same budget?
Hamilton Electric Company submitted their first pay application. That application is in order. Work completed under pay application number 1 includes electrical rough-in, trench excavation, demolition, conduit installation. Recommended motion is to approve pay application number 1 in the amount of $58,945.89 for the Overlook Park Improvement Contract 2, the electrical construction to Hamilton Electric motion is to approve pay application 3 in the amount of $61,758.00 for the Overlook Park improvement contract number 3, plumbing construction for First American Industries Incorporated.
So moved. Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously.
And not to be left out, the mechanical contractor controlled climate systems submitted their second pay application. It's in order. The work completed under pay app 2 includes ductwork, roof curb, and the louver. Recommended motion is to approve the pay application number 2 in the amount of $10,620.00 for the Overlook Park improvement contract for mechanical construction. Controlled climate systems incorporated.
So moved.
Second. Motion made and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously.
Okay, moving on to page 3, item 10, pool construction. So we have received the CCTV video and reports for restoring sanitary sewers. We are reviewing those and then generating a punch list item or punch list. There'll be miscellaneous repairs to do. We've also reviewed the landscaping, and we will be providing a punch list of 2 of the shrubs that will be replaced. Mello Construction submitted their 16th pay application and supporting documents for change orders 4, 5, 6, and 7. These were previously reviewed with council. We were just waiting for the supporting information to come in. But just as an update, change order number 4 was for the changing compartments and benches in the amount of $34,134.27. Change order 5 was for the additional concrete sidewalk at Ticket Booth and at Brendan Plaza in the amount of $8,281.00. Change order 6 is for the epoxy flooring covering in the amount of $7,822.50. Change order 7 was for the additional excavation in the amount of $28,500.50. The recommended motion is to approve pay application 16 and change orders 4, 5, 6, and 7 in the amount of $89,375.75 for the Whitehall Pool improvement contract number 1, general construction development construction company, subject to receiving all required signatures and release of liens.
So moved.
I have an odd question before you.
Sure.
Change order number 7 was for additional excavation. What took place that we needed additional excavation?
The additional excavation was for the rock undercut.
Oh, yeah, that happened earlier.
It's been a long time, several months for them to provide the information of what was actually.
Was there a geotechnical report done before all
No
this that they
geotech-
didn't know? How did they not know that?
It was on classified material.
Okay.
But the over excavation was done under supervision of the geotechnical.
Oh, yes, no?
Yeah, that's.
Okay, all right, so we have a motion, we have a second.
I'd like to propose a different motion. I'd like to explore, because that's $28,500. All the other change orders I totally agree with. So I'd like to motion, whatever that is. I motion approval of pay application 4, 5, 6. I think that's it. Of $60,875.75. And I'd like us to look into this $28,500, either getting the general contractor to pay for that, the excavator, the design engineer, or the project manager, somebody else to pay for that. I don't know if the borough paid for that. That's kind of, in my opinion, that was an oversight that I don't think we should have.
I think we could support it, there's a motion made by Mr. Hugh. So I think is there a second to Mr. Hugh's motion?
Yeah, one motion.
Well, I'm saying, so if somebody want to make it, it doesn't die, then Mr. Hugh's
Okay, is there a second after Mrs. Hughes' motion as it stands?
We haven't talked about this before, Bill,
Yeah, I mean, there's, right now, I think, technically, a motion on the floor.
Can't do that.
I think I'm gonna interpret Mr. Soberos as a discussion point here on the board.
And we could, I just wanna see, I wanna direct the solicitor to look into this and see who else could pay for this other than the taxpayers. We could revisit this next meeting. If the borough has to pay for it, the borough has to pay for it, but I'd rather see the general contractor, the excavator, the design engineer, or the project manager, somebody else other than the borough, have to pick up what I see as an oversight.
Well, I think.
It's not that we don't want to pay anybody, it's just I'd rather see somebody else.
If I can suggest, I think that probably would turn into some legal discussion. We can pull that one off, we can assess it instead of, instead of during the meeting, talk about it, that now.
Tonight?
Yeah,
Okay,
I think we should.
Okay.
The other thought is, I don't think you're saying that it shouldn't pay.
No, he should be paid.
So
but
you're
I'd rather
saying
see
that,
somebody else.
can we get reimbursed for that? So you could, I'm not suggesting necessarily you do this, but one possibility is pay him, get that out of the way, and then decide whether there's, we have a claim against anybody else. But we can do that
I'd
in
rather not
executive
with-
session.
yeah.
We can do it.
Okay, well, we have a motion.
There's no second.
I'll make a motion to
Right.
table it.
I second
There's
that.
no need to say this.
Okay, this wasn't second.
There's no second, so Captain just draws the motion.
I was glad.
So now, we'll come back, we'll come back.
Recess for that discussion.
Okay. And we hold up on item four.
Okay.
Under item four, I'm sorry, under page 4, item 15, Felix Drive, that work has been completed. And Solai did submit their first pay application for work completed today. That included demolition, storm sewer installation, asphalt paving, lawn restoration, supervision, general project requirements. The recommended motion is to approve application 1 in the amount of $45,043.30 for the Felix Drive storm sewer improvements to Solai Construction Incorporated.
Quick question,
Yes.
is there more coming on this, or is this?
I thought it'd be a small amount for retainage. We still have to receive bonds,
Okay,
close out documents.
but small,
Yes.
okay, thank you.
I have a question, please.
Sure.
Have you had any conversation with the resident to see if she was satisfied with what's been done in conversation?
Very little conversation, Mr. Mayor. We met with the husband, Tim, and while work was occurring, and that was it.
All right, I was just curious as to whether you're satisfied.
His feedback, Mr. Mayor, is he was pleased with the temporary repairs that we had made earlier in the year, raising the casting and so on, and it was functioning and working. So we utilized the same type of approach when the two new inlets were installed.
Okay, make it come.
Yeah.
All right, good, thank you.
One more question pertaining to engineering. So, I am pleased to see some movement on the high road.
Well, it's on Felix
Okay,
Drive right
okay.
now.
Oh,
We
okay,
didn't
because that was
finish that.
prior. Okay, all
Okay.
right, I was confused.
That's
Because
all
it's
right.
13 here.
So Felix
Okay.
Drive, we have a motion. All right, so is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Yeah, I motion. I motion.
I thought someone.
Yeah.
Okay, motion is
I
made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. We're on Felix Drive. Okay. And
Okay, yes.
That's all I have, so no questions.
Yes, so I was glad to see that the High Grove Road sewer separation project is indeed on the agenda, that this is a long time coming, and that it is budgeted for $1 million. Therefore, I respectfully request a little more detailed information concerning the scope of this project, and also the fact that there in fact was an Alcoasand grant of close to $500,000. I mean, I'm sorry, a $250,000 to help with the payment of this project. So I'm of course excited to see it progress, and I would love to see it go to fruition. How can you get more information on this?
I can share with you this evening that the project is about, on plans, 85% complete. discussing the limits of the project. We're working within the right-of-ways and easements. There are, I believe, 5 easements that will be needed for installation of the new sanitary sewer. That has to be drafted in the project.
Okay. All right, so, I'd like to see, whenever it is available, the draft of that.
Sure.
Before it goes out to bid. Thank you. It's just such a large project. Okay.
Thank you.
Very important.
Anything else? Any questions from Ms. Feinstein? Okay, we'll move on to our manager's report, Ms. Sparks.
Short report this evening. I know summer is underway, but I can update on our salt contract. The reason why winters have left many municipalities unable to meet their purchasing minimums on the Whitehall Council contract. That contract does require 8% of your estimated annual tonnage by June 30th. Once again, the primary issue is the storage of that. Not many municipalities have the ability to store that on site. Parkville has extended that purchase deadline to the end of the year at an adjusted price, the caveat being that they will impose a $10 per ton storage fee. For your information, Whitehall has about 1,200 tons left on its contract, so that's a very amount of winter. In order to avoid this $10 per ton storage fee, which would amount to about $12,000, we're going to make an effort to get that here by the end of June, but certainly by December 31st. So an update on that. And then lastly, an update on the infrastructure that Chief Borough and I have been working on Comcast. We did recently, again, to review the status of all of our accounts. So the borough currently has 7 different accounts that we're working to consolidate into 4 accounts, plus adding a new joint fiber account. We currently have over $1,000 in credits across these accounts, and they're going to be applied to our new fiber account. They're going to be applied across multiple accounts as the big network and full admin accounts are being closed. So we'll be seeing that billing cycle fix itself in the next 1 to 2 months. Next, I'm going to be working with our IT to move 2 fax lines to e-faxes in the coming months. So that we should see about $20-30 per month additional savings. The police fax is the fax line that will have to be hardwired given the new fees. So in evaluating the next steps to add streaming, Comcast engineers did identify that we're maxing out our current speeds, given our backups, body manipulation uploads at the end of shifts. So the chief and I negotiated the doubling of our speed with the billing to start this fall, tentatively to September, for only an additional $120 a month. That $120 is actually washed with the savings we're going to see by canceling the old administration in your account that's being closed. So still working through all of that. That's all I have this evening.
Thanks, Courtney. Any questions for Ms. Sparks? Okay.
I have a quick update. The Veteran Resource page went live yesterday on the Borough website. There's still some information that will be added, but it is a great starting point, so everybody please check it out.
Wonderful. And you got my email a couple weeks ago after the meeting we discussed and reached out to Todd Castino. It was wonderful. So very good. Very good. Thank you, Alyssa. Okay, our committee reports, public safety, Mr. Meehan.
Thank you, Madam President. Just one item here, Chief McCorrick is working with Verizon and Lattimus Communications to upgrade the old radio circuits that control our police radio, computer sites. This upgrade, everybody else is spending money. The chief not only is improving the communications, it will result in a $6,000 annual saving for the borough. Wow, good job. Unless you keep spending money, I'm saving the money. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Mead? Move on to administrative services, Mrs. Pugh.
No report, thank you.
Okay, well, under your report, then I am going to talk about veterans. This Saturday is Armed Forces Day Saturday, May 18th. And this day is set aside to recognize and honor the men and women who are currently serving in a branch of our armed forces. So I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that, but I thought I wanted to bring that up. And next, on the 24th, Friday, May 24th, 11 a.m., we are going to have a ribbon cutting, if you will, at the honor roll. And since it's such a small, closed space there at the honor roll on Baptist Road, the chief did a safety study, if you will. And we have to limit to our council members that want to come there for 11 a.m. and the mayor. And of course, Public Works and Ms. Works, who were invaluable in getting that money, along with myself and Representative Piscatana. So please let Ms. Works know you can be there for 11 a.m. And Chief, do you want to
What date is
just,
that?
what's that? May 24th, Friday. Friday of Memorial
Friday
Day weekend.
before Memorial.
Yes, Chief, if you want to reiterate about where they park on the side, key.
The key will be a place to park. We're gonna set up cones. I'll have a police vehicle down before Memorial is just to kind of move people up the main way. We'll be okay as long as it's not there.
It'll be a little crowded as it is, but that's what, Whitehall Council and Representative Piscatana who provided the $10,000. And again, like I said, with Public Works and Ms. Works, nailing that for us, so it'll be wonderful.
So what time again?
11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Friday, May 24th there.
Wonderful.
And also one last thing, but never least, is Memorial Day. Our 21st annual will be on Monday at the Brennan Plaza. And as always, since day one, 21 years now with Whitehall Community Lions Club, we'll be there helping me decorate at 8 a.m. And I would appreciate that. And they always pay for the refreshments. We have live patriotic entertainment, speakers, Representative Piscatana, the mayor, and myself. So I hope everyone can make it. Rain or shine as always. So 9:30 a.m. begins the festivities. Okay, that's all I have for administration. Okay, next we have planning and zoning. Mr. Lucetti.
I have your report, the planning commission passed on 12 meetings last week.
Yeah, I do have one thing, interesting, and maybe Courtney. I got, as you know, and I guess this goes to the solicitor as well, regarding the netting up at Southwest Country Club. All the paperwork, everything's been done. I got a call. Okay, I got a call from somebody on the board, not my sister, that's somebody else, and their recommendation is they are having trouble getting a company to install this netting. The company that they actually have is coming from Texas, and they're doing a job currently in Minneapolis, and they hopefully would like to be able to go from Minneapolis to Pittsburgh and do this project. Is there a way we can expedite it any way we can?
Outside of my purview, if everything's been submitted, it's following the building code process.
Because it is a liability thing, we want to take care of it anyway, but the sooner the better for everyone.
It's a goes through the process, it's with the third-party building inspector right now.
It's not Scott Lab, it's the third party.
Is it May date
I
possible?
don't know.
But we should at least try to exert some pressure. To get this done.
They always, I can tell you, mine's, the guy you would say, they're always moving as fast.
They have to move faster.
That's not really.
All right, whatever we can do.
They don't really treat any
They do.
application, Mr. Mayor, they don't treat any application.
They should, with the consideration of public safety. There should be some exception for public safety. So,
Yeah, I agree with the mayor. A phone call won't hurt the pressure.
Well, it's.
I mean, there's plenty of other third parties we could go to also, so.
I think we need to pursue it.
If they're not something.
Whatever we can, phone call.
If this company is not able to do it, I don't know how long there aren't many companies that do it. They're not locally, I mean, they've tried, it's just finally they got rid of this company, so.
Oh, so that, I understand.
yeah, we're just trying to facilitate the company coming from Minneapolis through Pittsburgh. So, I think we should try. Put some pressure.
Yeah.
I love those assignments.
I know you. You're on top.
If anybody needs any help.
No, Mayor, it's probably not, you gotta use my package.
Okay, we're gonna move on then, library, Mrs. Thomas.
Yes, Allison is here for our library board for the report. Just a few highlights that Paula and Mary Rose Kimber, our president, wanted me to discuss. We every month, but especially for Library Outreach Day via the Allegheny County Library Association, Jennifer Fetticelli is our children's librarian, and she's been distributing bundles to classrooms to teachers. And it's essentially any kind of supplementary educational material. This past month, I believe she had 450 books to 15 different classrooms, so a really valuable resource. We also had a Women in the Workplace luncheon on April 26th. And I think it fostered a lot of goodwill in the community as well. It was with WPD, and we had Patrice Thompson, who works with Borough Construction. She was Pittsburgh Today Live's 40 Under 40 feature, and she came and did the keynote speech. And there were 17 other professional women there. It was a really great networking opportunity for some of the young ladies that were juniors and seniors in Baldwin High School. Speaking of education and women in STEM, the South Hills Interfaith Ministry periodically has family nights. So this past Friday, the theme was STEM and robotics. We provides take-home bags, gift cards, pizza. Just a really great family programming night. Excitingly, the ACLA received state funding. They got a grant. This was written back in March of 2023, but library was granted $5,800 to create these Enjoy the Day kits for isolated senior members of the refugee population. And then I think the other big ticket item really, we love your library fundraising campaign. We always do it to coincide with National Library Week in April. That went quite successfully. We're still kind of aggrandizing numbers because some of the gifts are slotted in different categories. You can see this, so we've outpaced last year's efforts. We have 45 new first-time donors from the community as well. Very excited about that. And then I'm sure if you're out and about in the community, you'll see the Little Free Libraries, and that was also part of the grant. So Snyder, Prospect, Frank, Park, Highland. We have an amazing Eagle Scout family in the neighborhood. The Smiths, Emmett Smith, the young man is doing this as his Eagle Scout project, kind of pitching in and overseeing it. And so, this is kind of a community purview effort, but we're going to be doing some a book fundraising drive with Emmett as well. So that seems to be everything.
Thank you. The book drive, it's Emmett Williams, and
Williams.
yes, no worries. He's organizing the book drive. It's going to be June 1st. There's been things all over the internet, so definitely check out Facebook. He's looking to get a nice stockpile to keep those free little libraries kind of in circulation and keep it full of books for the community. So if you haven't seen them, they are already filled. So make sure you stop by one of the parks on a walk, check out the books that are there, leave a book, take a book, right? Support the library, support the firemen, right? We know their campaigns are running. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Recreation, Mr. Shibrowski.
I don't have a report. Did you ever report? The last meeting was,
Susan, really exciting news. We officially starting up swimming pool today. So that's going well and underway. I'm sure you can see it being filled slowly but surely. That should finish tomorrow. The kiddos have been up there working hard, prepping the bathhouse and everything. I do have a note though that I met with the manager and based on availability of staff and then our whole season starts before school ends, there will be a modified hours during the weekdays of the first week of opening. So opening weekend, Memorial Day, follow the same schedule as always. However, from Tuesday, May 28th until Wednesday, June 5th, we will be working a modified schedule of 3 days. The kids get out of school until June 5th. So it's only be during the weekdays. We will post those modified hours on the website, on our Facebook, get the word out there. Weekends will be fine, and then once the kids come to school, back to the normal program. So we want to highlight that. As of close of business today, we have sold 2,091 passes. There's more coming every day, so be sure to get those. The next event has scheduled yard sale, excuse me. That's scheduled for June 1st. New this year is an interactive map that will highlight all participating miss one journey, so good. If you don't want to miss so fun. But food trucks that evening are hibachi lube, Yogi's, Millie ice cream, and back out of here. Summer is underway here. It's rough. Only 400 less than what we sold last year for the hog price season. So we're trending really well. That's all that we process. There's still some in the queue that's coming every day. So we're on track. We're very happy with this.
What do we think about letting the Baldwin residents in until they get their pool squared away?
We talked about that, I thought, to see how it goes with the first, full season for our Whitehall residents. Make sure we don't have any problem with, crowds and panhandling, and make sure our Whitehall residents have first dibs.
I just hate to see us open up the pool and not be as full as we like, and we miss out on money,
It's full. We
residents.
have nearly hit capacity, even just last summer in short season, we anticipate that happening again.
Too many customers is never a bad thing, that's all the way I look at it, but I'm only one.
It is when you're a parent and you're bringing kids and then you can't get in. Yes, so the capacity I'm referring to is the capacity that's, part of our permit we're operating in Mountain County. If we hit that, we have to turn people away. And as I said, we came very close a lot, and the result is a Whitehall resident could come up and run capacity and they're turned away from the Whitehall City Boards.
That's the concern. Okay.
Now, we also had discussed, months ago at the recreation meeting concerning Adult Swim. And, the consensus that I believe that I had understood was to have, Adult Swim to occur at some days of the week, maybe just the weekdays of the week, and only to occur around the time of closing, and that would be a 30-minute thing. I was wondering if there was any more interest, seeing as it's not necessarily dependent on the sales of the pool passes, but it was something that I think would be very popular to move it to the evening rather than the afternoon, because quite honestly, I participated in the Adult Swim at Brentwood Pool myself, and the population that was traditionally coming to the Whitehall Pool has since enjoyed mostly the senior rates over at the Brentwood Pool. So I don't think that we necessarily compete with that to try to lure them back to Whitehall Pool. However, what we could do is perhaps introduce this as a way to include them and perhaps others, working professionals who might be interested in the evening swim from
Well,
time to time.
recreation, as you know, that would be under the purview of the Recreation Committee in Hannah, so that would have to be discussed at their meeting.
Yes,
Okay.
and I did. The last time I was invited to a recreation
Well, you
committee
can
meeting.
attend, that you did as a resident.
Yes, and
Order, you're referring to the recreation board meeting, which are public hearings for that volunteer board. This would be a discussion of recreation committee of council. Just want to
Oh,
clarify,
you-
the rec
oh, okay.
board is not
Because-
involved in this.
but
This
that's
is the
what-
recreation committee of council. They're working on the rec board.
Okay. I know Hannah's.
yes,
Now that time.
and I happen to be a member of the recreation committee as a member of council. So, if we keep canceling meetings, then why can't we have this discussion here?
Because that's the committee to recommend to us, so you can have your, committee meeting that's so called, you can discuss that. This isn't the forum for it. I mean, you'd have to talk about it on your committee, so if you have a committee meeting called, you can have that committee meeting and come back to us with your
Well,
discussion
Mr.
points,
Sobrowski,
okay?
I would respectfully request that we, make that committee called at its regular time. And I don't know what off the top of my head when that regular time would be, but, as soon as possible, probably to be June.
Well, you can call that whenever it's up to.
It's already advertised.
about changing our systems of the pool manager should be included in that discussion, in that meeting.
I agree.
Because,
You're right, Nat.
Hey, Courtney,
You
would you
gotta
like to
know-
invite the pool manager to the next recreation board meeting?
no,
Yeah, see if he's available.
recreation committee meeting.
Yeah, recreation.
Recreation.
Okay. All right.
And anybody else who wants, that's on the,
Public Works.
Richard, your, deputy, you can come also if you'd like. Like your input.
Public Works Committee?
Yes, I was not able to attend this meeting until later, but I just wanted to say as a point that I do, would otherwise have approved and said that the bills were in order of Public Works. And as far as the safe storm sewer and the sanitary sewer. I also want to express my great pride and satisfaction in the collaboration between the Public Works and the fire company. So thank you very much for that collaboration, because it was something that was very, very much and very well needed. I will be calling the next meeting of the Public Works to occur on June 24th, and the agenda of that would be to basically make the formation of that meeting. So, as per the ordinance that was passed tonight regarding we as council don't have the ability to exactly tell our folks in Public Works as to what to do. It would be very nice to have the open communication as to what is going on, as well as the fact of, hey, there are people in this community who have various talents within Public Works. I am inviting individuals who have experience as road engineers and in plumbing and other trades that will be able to give their time and expertise in what should be done in this borough. Since I can't say it, then let the rest of the citizens put in the remarks as to what is appropriate for our usage of our public lands and the infrastructure of our community.
Okay, so you have your agenda for your Public Works.
Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
That's
all I
right,
have.
Parks Committee?
The last session, I asked everyone on council and the mayor, give me a list of what park they wanted done first, second, third. It's not ground and steel, but I'd like to make a spreadsheet so that we can pass on to administration what we determine. So if you pass them down to me, I'll put them on a spreadsheet. I have yours, I got one. I'll put them on a spreadsheet and have them for you at the next meeting.
Great idea, Kathy.
Should it be for a parks meeting? And I think you should take.
Somebody give our opinion on rating the parks.
Yes, I apologize. I thought that it would be a discussion at this time, and now I'm being informed that it is a spreadsheet. So I have so noted that it is a spreadsheet to direct to your attention. But what I
Just
would,
like a
yes.
list of what you'd like done first.
Yeah,
Just sit
yeah.
there and write right now, I'll do the spreadsheet. Okay, she'll do the spreadsheet, all of our input.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Oh,
the six
all right.
parts, just
Yes,
prior to
well-
your opinion, that's what we're all just gonna give Kathy. Then she'll prepare the spreadsheet, okay? Okay. So now we have under new business,
I'd like to make a motion that we cancel the July 3rd, 2024 council meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded to cancel the July 3rd, 2024 council meeting.
Aye.
Oh, yeah,
All in favor, say
aye.
aye.
Sorry, wait, yes.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries unanimously. Okay, other new business?
Possible new business. I'd like to invite Courtney to the next recreation board meeting, because I hate to be in violation of newly adopted ordinance number 1138. There will be a couple borough employees there, so if you could attend, that would be great. Thank you.
The rules on which she's authorized.
Well, I just want, out of an abundance of caution, I would like to issue that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And, all right, no other new business, I'll ask for a recess,
Aye,
a
so
motion to recess, or executive session, discuss legal matters.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made, second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're recessing our meeting at 8:03.
Are you coming back?
Yes.
Is it really just to adjourn?
No, there's
No.
2 items of business.
Oh,
that still have-
okay.
So when
Sorry.
we recess, we'll make
Okay.
a decision.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
be
we're
like
gonna-
it's, we like
we
to
have to
wait
step
out there.
out. That's fine.